Greetings everyone, and welcome once again to TFT Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. And this is me with my Friday morning show, Oberon's Outlook on the Emotional Exchanges, which is my weekly forecast that tells you what kind of romantic things or things concerning your relationships may be going on. So I do that by pulling one card for each sign of the Zodiac and let it go at that. But first we start off with a collective reading for everyone just to generally set the mood. This reading is for all. And for that I use the Isis Tarot, which is more of an oracle. So I'm just going to pull that real quick. And we have triangle. So I'm going to put that there. Triangle. Number 15. This is kind of interesting, of course, because this reading is for today, Friday, October 15th, until next Thursday, that's the 21st. So the triangle is associated with the devil. Oh, that's interesting. Passionate and energetic, sexual attraction, magnetic personality, more spiritual insight. And of course, that is another aspect of the devil, is that there is an esoteric concern there, because let's face it, the life force, the force of procreation, the forces of fertility are amongst the strongest in the universe. There's just no way around that. So more specifically, this is suggesting that each of us are in charge or the master of our own destiny. It's a good time for the study of magnetism and magic. You know, it is the Halloween season, so certainly that fits. That's just before the sun moves into Scorpio, as a matter of fact, the 21st. A long illness is healed. Guarded against magical attacks. Hey, we could all use that. A time of harmony. So I think that this devil is actually pretty cool. So thank you for that. Alrighty, so as I've mentioned before, we do one card for each of the signs of the Zodiac, and I have been working with the Enchanted Tarot, Monty Farber and Amy Zerner's wonderful set, the tarot set. I believe it's just had its 20th or 25th anniversary a year or so back. They're both producers of a number of fine and very beautiful divination items. They're both masters of the field. You know, it's kind of like if I ever get to meet them, I'll say, we are not worthy. But they are a true inspiration to many people. And so if you like them, check them out. They have their own Facebook site, and probably they're featured on other podcasting programs. So check it out. Monty Farber and Amy Zerner. All right, so I have shuffled the deck and I'm now going to pull the card for each sign of the Zodiac. So we start with Aries, and Aries has the Fool. So I think that Aries may be about to stumble forward into something new in terms of relationships. If you are already in a relationship, whether well established or not, this could just be saying that there is something further you're going to move into. You may move mostly by instinct or by chance of luck, but the outlook is favorable. All right, and then for the Taurus, the Princess of Hearts, or also known as the Princess of Cups, and that's the Page of Cups too, actually. And so this is a nice card for Taurus. To me, it would suggest that Taurus is all about the empathy this week. They're feeling love. They're feeling emotional aspects of love more so than physicality. I think too that maybe they're inclined to be really poetic about what they're going through, whether it's new relationships or finding new nuance in the ones they have. So then we're on Gemini, and we have Justice. And Gemini and Justice, that's kind of interesting, because Gemini is the twins and Justice is a dual-sided concept. So I think I could suggest here that maybe Geminis really are going to have to put that to the test this week, as they have the sense of discernment over some vast vacillations maybe in their affections. So if Geminis are really torn between competing or opposing romantic or strong relationship interests, this may be the week where they really have to pin that down, really have to use their powers of discernment to figure out what is their right path. Okay, and then now we have Cancer, and we have the Five of Hearts, so that's the Five of Cups. And Cancers may have a little bit of an emotional situation this week where maybe they feel that there are things that are eluding them or that have been lost to them. Maybe they've missed a chance at a relationship or extending themselves romantically in certain ways. But they should take heart because really those opportunities are still there. They may just have to be prodded a little bit or be convinced to come forward. But I think that still it's not a totally bad weekend for Cancer. And then now we are going to have the Leo, the fire signs. Whoops, that's upside down. There we go. And Leos have the Five of Pentacles. So it's kind of interesting, another five following the previous five. Fives generally tend to talk about emotional, possible excessiveness, or certainly filling the air with energy. And I meant that about energy in general, not emotions. Five cards are about energies related to what the suits are talking about. So in this case, with the Five of Pentacles, the energy seems to suggest that we're on the move, Leos, and that we're really not feeling like people are appreciating us enough. We're feeling sort of alone, and yet at the same time, we don't realize that maybe it's a little bit like that Five of Hearts. There really is still something there for us. So we just have to think about that a little bit more. We have to find our way back to love, to those who love us. And then we move to Virgo. And Virgo has the Queen of Wands. I'm sorry, the Queen of Swords. Virgo, you're really in charge, especially when it comes to your romantic life or your life of relationships. And I think at this time, Queen of Swords, there's a strong tendency here for you to balance what this means in your life, because maybe there are situations within your romantic or your love or your relationships that seem to need a strong hand of order. I can't say exactly what this is about. It may be different for everybody. Virgos like order, of course, so I'm seeing the Queen of Swords really saying, this is a situation really that you do have to really perhaps be decisive about. And then we are on to Libra, and Libra has Temperance. So this is a nice card. Libra, again, representing a certain sense of duality, and Temperance as well. So that's kind of interesting the way that came out for Geminis too, a dual-edged card. So I wonder if that'll happen with Pisces later on here. But with that sense of temperance, I think Libras, maybe they're challenged this week because maybe they normally, maybe have a little bit of a cooler aspect towards relationships. It's not that they're casual, that they're cold, but maybe they take a time to sort of feel it in a different way, or discern it, or should I say, weigh it in a different way. Temperance is maybe calling you to really not do that so much this week, to really immerse yourself more in that back and forth and not look for where the the pendulum stops swinging, so to speak. So you may have to really involve yourselves with altering emotions, possibly conflicted emotions, and I don't think it's necessarily your own. I think it could be the people that are in your life. And then finally we move to Scorpio, and I say that just because I'm a Scorpio and I've been waiting for this card. So here we are. Scorpio has the Hanged Man, and the Hanged Man would seem to indicate that Scorpios maybe have to really go into themselves and decide what they really want in love, in relationships, what they are willing to really do, and what they are really willing to challenge themselves, to change themselves, to understand that. Sagittarius, Ace of Wands. Sagittarians are possibly about to begin something really dynamic in the affections department. So if you are looking for romance, this is a good sign that your energies are probably really keyed. You can make the most of new relationships or new challenges or situations. If you're already in relationships or you're already really settled in certain ways, this could be saying that there's a dynamic event or opportunity coming to you. I could even go so far as to say that maybe if you're not, you might be expecting a birth or a pregnancy, or maybe somebody close to you is that would be affected, like maybe it's a grandchild about to be born or something like that. So I just sort of feel like something really defining is about to occur that really will have an impact for Sagittarians. And now for Capricorn, the Seven of Wands. And Capricorn, this may be the week where you have to really stand your ground in terms of your relationships, that there may be a little bit of going back and forth. You know, I know how Capricorns are, you know, they're like every sign. They always think they're right. But seriously speaking, Capricorns, you are challenged this week in your relationships, perhaps by basically having to prove yourselves or define your position or enforce your position. And I don't mean that necessarily in a aggressive or brutal way. It's really about coming to terms with these aspects of your emotion and how you will express them. And then there's Aquarius. And Aquarius has the Princess of Swords, which would be the Page of Swords. So Aquarians, I think, are looking for messages, are looking to send or receive messages that maybe tell them about these possible relationship opportunities. I don't know so much that it's about romance, but it could be. You know, Aquariuses, they can tend to be a little bit ambivalent sometimes, or really like everybody's in a relationship with an Aquarius because they love everybody, you know. So the message could be saying too that maybe this is really the time now to really narrow some of those interests. If you have not found the one yet, maybe this is the time really to start thinking about your appearance and how you want your appearance to resonate with others. So now finally we are at Pisces, and as I mentioned earlier, I wonder if there's some duality stuff going on for the signs that have duality aspects in general. And no, it was not to be, but I do have the Eight of Wands here for Pisces, and I'm just going to say that you're really on the move this week, and that maybe there's a decision about romance and relationships, about marriages, things like that, where you really have to seize the anvil while it's hot. This suggests that maybe there's journeys, movement, speed, opportunities opening up that must be taken really soon. And I'm wondering if it's just really maybe somebody has a go-ahead to plan a wedding, or maybe somebody has a go-ahead to further a relationship or to start a new social club. You know, it's not always just about love relationships. It could just be about close relationships too. And that goes with my readings with all the signs, that if you don't feel the romance portion is resonant to you, it could just be about strong social fabric that you're in, the clubs or associations, the kind of groups you belong to. It could even be the people in your neighborhood if you care enough, or the people you go to church with, or that kind of thing. So that is what I have for all of the signs for this week. And I thank you very much for coming. Don't forget to watch Banshee's show this weekend in just 2 days on Sundays, The Material Matters. And also next weekend will be our move into Scorpio. And that should be very interesting. Watch for a monthly modality message for that. All of our regular programming, all of our streams, our happy hour tomorrow. Check it all out. Continue to support us, please, and share these videos. We're also on Twitter and Facebook with card readings every single day, basically 2 of them. So check it out, and we thank you all for your support. Thank you so very much. Take care and bye.